You ever stop and think about how everything around us is just a bunch of made-up nonsense? I mean, seriously, take a look at the world we've created for ourselves. We've got rules, laws, and social norms that we've all just agreed upon as if they're carved in stone, but who's to say they're anything more than elaborate fictions? Let's start with language, shall we? We've got these funny little squiggles on paper that we've somehow all agreed represent certain sounds, which in turn represent certain concepts. It's like a giant game of charades. But instead of acting out clues, we're stringing together sounds and hoping everyone else understands the gibberish coming out of our mouths. And then there's money, the ultimate illusion. We've assigned arbitrary value to these scraps of paper and bits of metal, and we spend our entire lives chasing after them as if they hold the key to happiness. But in reality, they're nothing more than a collective delusion, a shared hallucination that we've all bought into, but it doesn't stop there. Oh no, we've taken things a step further and invented time. We've chopped up the day into neat little segments called hours and minutes, as if the universe gives a damn about our puny attempts to measure its vastness. It's like trying to put a leash on a tornado, a futile exercise in control. And let's not forget about society's little charades. We dress up in fancy clothes, go to jobs we hate, and pretend like we're all part of some grand narrative, when in reality we're just a bunch of monkeys in clothes, trying to make sense of a world that makes no sense at all. But here's the kicker. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. We're all just making it up as we go along, hoping nobody notices that we're flying by the seat of our pants. It's like we're all actors in a never-ending improv show, and the script keeps changing every damn minute. So why bother pretending? Why not embrace the absurdity of it all and dance like nobody's watching? After all, if everything's made up anyway, we might as well make up our own rules and write our own damn story. But be warned, once you pull back the curtain and see the man behind it, there's no going back. Once you realize that everything's just smoke and mirrors, you'll never look at the world the same way again. So go ahead, my twisted compadres, peel back the layers of illusion and gaze into the void. It's a scary place, sure, but it's also where the magic happens. It's where we get to make our own meaning in a world that's devoid of any inherent purpose. And remember, in the grand scheme of things, we're all just specks of stardust floating through the cosmos. So why not embrace the chaos, laugh in the face of uncertainty, and make up our own damn rules? After all, it's all just a game, and we're the players. Let's talk about borders for a minute, shall we? We've drawn these imaginary lines on a map and declared that they separate one group of people from another. But what do they really mean? Are we really so naive as to think that the universe cares about the lines we've drawn in the sand? And what about religion? We've invented these elaborate stories about gods and goddesses, heavens and hells, as if they're anything more than bedtime fairy tales for grown-ups. But hey, whatever helps you sleep at night, right? Let's not forget about beauty standards, another shining example of human absurdity. We've decided that certain shapes and sizes are more attractive than others, and we spend our lives chasing after an ideal that's about as realistic as a unicorn riding a rainbow. And then there's love, the most elusive illusion of them all. We've convinced ourselves that there's such a thing as the one, that there's someone out there who's destined to complete us. But in reality, love is just a chemical cocktail sloshing around in our brains, a trick of nature designed to keep us reproducing. But hey, who am I to rain on your parade? If you want to believe in fairy tales and unicorns, be my guest. Just don't come crying to me when reality comes crashing down around you. Speaking of reality, let's talk about the media for a minute. We've got these talking heads on TV telling us what to think and how to feel, as if they're the gatekeepers of truth. But in reality, they're nothing more than puppets dancing on the strings of their corporate overlords. And let's not forget about social media, the ultimate echo chamber of our own making. We've created these digital echo chambers where we surround ourselves with people who think just like us, and we pat each other on the back for being so damn smart. But in reality, we're just a bunch of narcissists shouting into the void, desperate for validation from strangers on the internet. It's like a never-ending game of who can be the most outrageous, and we're all losing. So why bother, you ask? Why bother trying to make sense of a world that's inherently senseless? Why bother trying to find meaning in a universe that's indifferent to our existence? Because, my twisted compadres, it's all we've got. It may be a grand illusion, a cosmic joke played on us by a universe that couldn't care less, but it's our illusion. And damn it, we're going to make the most of it. So let's raise a glass to the absurdity of it all, and let's dance like nobody's watching, because in the end, that's all we can do.